Hey everybody, welcome to GGS Railways. My name is Greg. This is my YouTube channel. Tonight we're going to talk about my G-scale collection. Not many scales that I have that everything would fit on this table, but this is my G-scale collection. G-scale, for those that may not know, is short for garden scale. Garden scale railroading is a big thing. If you don't know what that is, you can look on YouTube, see some videos. Generally speaking, you put the tracks and so forth in a garden and just decorate around it. And it's really cool looking. Most of your G-scale locomotives, or I guess I won't say most, a lot of your G-scale locomotives are made to be indoors or outdoors. They have special paints and finishes and so forth that resist the UV and the elements. Now, having said that, I don't believe that any of mine are designed to necessarily be outside. I think mine are more of what we call the Christmas trains. And yeah, so all right, I'm going to get these get you zoomed in here to where we can take a little bit better look. We're going to talk about one at a time. Like I said, I don't have that much to talk about, so we can spend a little bit more time maybe than we normally do. And let's get to it. Okay, let's start with this guy right here. Isn't he beautiful? This is actually the first G-scale locomotive that I bought. Actually, this particular train is kind of responsible for this YouTube channel being in existence. And the reason for that is because I had this one Christmas, and then I thought, well, one train's great. Maybe another would be better, and so on and so on and so on, and here we are. Anyway, I bought this guy, I believe, at a store called Hobby Lobby. And I don't actually think they sell trains anymore, which is interesting with the name Hobby Lobby. But anyway, this guy was an open box type thing where there may have been some missing pieces or whatever, although I don't really think there was missing pieces. And anyway, I think it retailed for, I don't know, $600, I think. But because it was, an open box and was potentially missing some parts, and as is, whatever, I think we got it for right at $100, I believe. So, I've said, well, kind of hard to beat that. This guy's very, very ornate, very, very nice. Like I said, kind of heavy. Let's see if I can do this in a way that won't damage this, but you can see. So, you can see it's pretty simple here on the bottom. Now, interestingly, on this one, all the power comes through these front wheels. So, if the front wheels come off the track, the train does nothing. But anyway, as you can see, it's pretty well built. Now, I said that this may not be designed to be outside, but other than the metal wheels, I don't see a lot of metal. So I don't know, maybe I'm not putting it outside. I think it would fade to nothing. I really do. So this G-scale locomotive doesn't have a whole lot of like special type features or whatever. It has a light on the back. And it's got a little compartment for a battery right here. And a 9-volt battery just goes in there and makes kind of a chugging sound, but it's the most obnoxious thing you've ever heard. It doesn't have a whistle. It does, however, have a smoke unit, which I don't believe works. As you may or may not know from some of my last videos, I generally don't do the smoke fluid and anything because it makes it really hard for me to breathe. So anyway, this is Bachmann. It's very nice. I've really enjoyed this. I've run this for countless hours. I've heard some horror stories about some of the Bachmann Christmas trains, but this guy, probably I've had him, I don't know, 10 years maybe. And he's run almost continuously every one of those 10 years during the Christmas season. So if there's a dependability issue, I haven't found it. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, and here's the caboose and the gondola that came with the Christmas set, which is Merry Christmas with candy canes and so forth. And funny story about that here in a minute, but these are about the quality you would expect to come in a Christmas type train set. It's not bad. Like I said, they have rolled around the track pretty much flawlessly with very little issues. Did have an issue with one of the couplers wanting to come apart. I actually fixed that today because it is coming up on Christmas again. So all right, so let's move on, and just keep in mind that I said that we talk about this in a second. Okay, so the Christmas train was great, loved it, but not every day is Christmas, right? So I bought this Santa Fe War Bonnet G-Scale diesel. It's very, very nice. I can't tell you exactly what brand it is now. I do have an idea. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But so I got it, and I was very, very pleased with it. Remember, I said we were going to talk about the the Christmas cars. Well, you know, when you have the G-Scale Santa Fe and you have Christmas cars behind it, you're going to want something different. So the next thing that I acquired was, you know, I figured I'd get a box car, you know, and this guy here, I mean, he's pretty freaking cool. Check him out as he goes around the track, you know, and the horses, they bob their heads in and out. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's really cool. Now, the problem is, this is also Bachmann on the brand. The problem is that these couplers here, they aren't quite long enough on the shaft to connect to this guy and successfully make it around the track. I mean, it will do it, but it doesn't like it. So yeah, so there was that, a little bit of compatibility issue, but I mean, I made it work. So then I was like, well, you know, we still have this Christmas caboose. Now, let me tell you, finding G-Scale stuff on a budget, that's not easy. For instance, when I bought this G-Scale Santa Fe, it's not uncommon for G-Scale locomotives to be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. I didn't pay anywhere near that for this, and once again, we'll talk about that here in just a second. So, all right, so I needed a caboose because, you know, I was tired of seeing Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I mean, I love Christmas, don't get me wrong, but, you know, when you want a caboose, you probably want something that doesn't say Merry Christmas. Okay, so then I got this blue caboose. You may know that my favorite color is blue, so I thought a blue caboose would just catch me out. That's pretty awesome. So this is actually a pretty ornate caboose. You can put smoke fluid in here, and the caboose actually smokes, you know, to simulate the wood burning stove, whatever. These little lights on the side light up, the interior lights up. It's actually quite nice. Now this is made by a brand, the name is REA, like, you know, like KOREA. And I believe that's actually the same brand as this locomotive. There is no markings on either of these as to the brand. Now this came with the box, and that's why I know what the brand is. But a lot of the parts and the ways that these two function are identical. So I'm pretty sure that this guy, yes, the REA. But you know what? On the other hand, though, he has been flawless in his operation. I cannot complain. And this caboose, other than he rolls a little hard just because of the way he picks up, it's a good caboose. It's been really nice. So, all right, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, and then this guy actually got in a lot of other stuff. A lot being, you know, a lot of trains, a bunch of stuff that they put together. And this actually came from Goodwill, believe it or not. And that was the best. That was one of the best train lots I have ever bought, actually. And I didn't even see this in the lot when I was looking through the pictures. This was, I don't know, maybe they threw it in just because. But anyway, to my surprise, I put it on the track and it works flawlessly. Once again, this is Bachmann. So once again, the thing with the Christmas type trains and the not being dependable, that hasn't been my experience, not so far anyway. And once again, this one has run quite a while. When I first set up the train room, before I set up the control center on one side of the room, I used to have a second G-gauge track on that end. But now that I have the control center, I just have the one track for the G-Scale. So anyway, so I had the two locomotives now, and of course, you know, I still only had the the Merry Christmas caboose and then the one blue caboose. So, you know, I had to buy another caboose. And I didn't actually realize it until I was getting ready to do this caboose. I mean, get that caboose to do this video today. But I actually got two of the same brand caboose. I didn't even know that. This is once again the REA, the KOREA brand, and I mean it's got the same features with the smoke and the lights. So I guess, you know, it appealed to me twice. Like I said, finding anything in G-Scale that is kind of budget-minded, that looks nice, is not that easy. And this guy's actually got some really nice features. He's got opening doors, and I mean the little chain effect. I mean, really, I mean he's quite snazzy. Did I just say snazzy? All right, so I think we're to the point of the video that probably everybody's been waiting on. I'm not sure what this video is going to look like when we run the trains, because like I say, I only have the one track. So we may have to do some video editing magic or something to make that look interesting, or I don't know. So let's go put these guys on the track. Let's see what we see. I guess we'll just do them one at a time. Maybe we'll do them in the order that I just talked about. I don't know. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I've got the first, what we call the Christmas train on the track here, and we're gonna run it. I think for visual interest, I'm gonna run one of the smaller O-scale ones in the background, just like I said, just for some visual interest, so I don't lose you guys before we get to the ground shots that everybody seems to like. And I think that'll make that portion of the video better as well. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to run each one from this vantage point a couple times around the track, then we'll drop to the ground and do the shots that everybody likes. And I'm not going to do a lot of talking in between, just in the interest of time and in the interest of well, keeping your interest. All right, let's get started. Okay guys, we have the G-Scale Santa Fe War Bonnet Diesel here on the track. Interesting story about this guy. I got him at the beginning of the COVID crisis, where we got sent home and we were working from home, so I wasn't afraid to get deliveries to my mailbox, because I could see my mailbox. And the day that this guy was due to arrive, I got called in the office. So he sat out there at the mailbox for quite some time. So fortunately, he was still there when I got back home. So all right, let's run this guy. Let's see what he looks like. We got the Santa Fe Diesel, then the Bachmann horse car, then the REA, K-O-R-E-A, caboose, and let's see. Okay, last but not least, we have the smaller of the two Bachmann steam locomotives with the red REA, K-O-R-E-A, caboose. I didn't mean to lie, but apparently I did. This one, although it's the same brand, it does not light up and it does not smoke. Just the blue one. All right, good to know, I guess. everybody, this has been my G-scale collection. I'm going to end where we started with the Christmas train. The Christmas train G-scale kind of started all of this, kind of inspired us, and boy did it grow. So, all right, well, I guess we've come to the point in the video that if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I've definitely enjoyed making the video. It's not very often that I can show my entire collection of one scale in one video, but we've done it here. We don't have a whole lot yet, but the things that we do have, I really like, I enjoy, and it's pretty special to me. Okay, and speaking of special, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you. We appreciate you guys. We could not do this without you guys. I believe we just hit the 350 subscriber mark. We need to keep going, so tell your friends. And yeah, we're going to keep doing this. I enjoy doing this for you guys. We think of you guys like family. We appreciate your likes, your camaraderie, your friendship. Really and truly, this is just, it's a blessing to be able to do this and share it. All right, guys. Well, with no further ado, I'm going to let this little Christmas train run around a little bit more. It is now November, so I guess he can just stay on the track until January. Anyways, I guess I'm going to be quiet. We're going to let the trains run a minute, and then we're going to call it. All right, guys, GGS Railways out.